Hey Will, I'm Cordial.
And these are our mucky memories. We saw the Strokes
A while ago now.
2000
I think it was 2012 or something like this when we were frothing little kids. So the Strokes are maybe our absolute heroes, you know, one of the bands that's inspired us to be a band.
I mean, before this concert, we were fans.
This was our ideal concert to attend. And it was at Australia's biggest festival, which is called Splendour in the Grass. They had this big amphitheatre area. We realised it was full. So we had to bush bash, which means just kind of like roughing it through the thick parts of the bush, you know, jumped over one fence and another fence, just kind of commandoing through gum leaves and, you know, snakes and spiders. You guys would love that. And we eventually get into the Strokes at the very top of the amphitheatre, make our way to the bottom, push our way to the very front. We're sweaty.
We're little as well.
You're probably 18, I was 20 or something, but you know, that's youngins to us now. We look back and it's like, oh my God, there are so many people behind us. We're having the best time ever. But musicality, like the Strokes are our heroes. You know, these two dueling guitar parts on the recordings, like always left and right, two parts that are so beautifully arranged that they kind of syncopated against each other, work so well with each other, and then this just moaning, croaky, screamy, angsty Julian Casablancas voice over the top. We're always trying to copy that, and it never works, and maybe that's what ends up as just a Lime Cordial song. Well, this was the last show that we saw before COVID, and I think it was the last show that kind of anyone would have seen in Los Angeles, because it was a big show at the Forum. We smoozed and got ourselves a few VIP tickets to Tame Impala.
Semi-VIP tickets.
Semi-VIP, you know, where you don't get to meet the band, but you're in this kind of room full of other schmoozers and wankers, and it's you feel special. But we're in there, and I think we had a beer, and we went into the toilet. I think I said to you, what's the etiquette?
What's the etiquette of the bathroom?
Yeah, like, are you allowed to just do that when other people are in there, or do you have to kind of keep certain level of manners? And just happened, we kind of looked to our left, and there's Mac DeMarco just on the other side of Louis. And he was like, well, lads, I would actually disagree. I feel like this is a safe space for all humans to be able to let out whatever they need to do in their own sweet time. And we're kind of like, thanks, Matt. It's kind of perfectly beautiful, just well said. And then he exited. So we went to our seats, kind of had this amazing show experience watching Tame Impala, who's just incredible. Who do we see get up and crowd surf across the audience? Is that Mac DeMarco just crowd surfing across to the front?
Urinal to crowd surf. It's a funny thing thinking about that. The concert, the highlight of the Tame Impala concert is Mac DeMarco
at the urinal.
At the urinal.
Technically, it wasn't Talking Heads, it was David Byrne. But a lot of Talking Heads songs get played at this concert. This was one that I wasn't really expecting to be so good. This one was nothing on stage the whole time, and everyone was playing with radio mics, right? So like there's a snare drum and he's walking around. There's a bass drum strapped to the front. You know, there's a keyboardist that's just playing a keyboard. So the choreography is amazing at this show. I had tickets to this show with my dad. We had these great tickets at the front. I was walking there, I was feeling so sick. I was so close to just driving home and not going to this concert. Ended up getting there, sitting down, sort of pump myself with vitamin C and like just try and get through this show. As soon as this show started, everyone was standing, and it was like a drug that kind of healed me. I felt like crap going into this, and this was like my medicine, man. And it was it was like probably the most inspirational concert I've ever been to. I think we try and put a lot of wacky performance moments in our shows.
Definitely try and steal a lot of elements of
David Byrne's stuff.
And
definitely. The music is amazing, like it's flawless, but it's the whole thing. Visually, The choreography, musically, it's perfect. Every step was planned out of this concert. People weren't dancing, but everyone was moving. The keyboardist would go up there whilst two backing singers go that way, and they cross over at this perfect time and then reveal David Byrne is just kind of doing something weird with his legs, and it's just the closest thing to kind of a religious experience. If that was a church, I'd be joining.
Thanks for listening to our Marquee Memories. Catch us on tour.
Make some of your own.
Yeah.